there is a quiet heaviness that sometimes settles upon the soul, a shadow that lingers when the world grows still and the mind begins to race. Perhaps you have felt it recently, that silent tremble of uncertainty, the weight of a tomorrow you cannot control, or the echo of anxieties that refuse to sleep. If your heart has been heavy and your spirit weary from carrying burdens you were never meant to hold alone, please know that you are deeply seen in this exact moment. You are not wandering through this valley unnoticed, and the fears that whisper to you in the dark have not hidden you from the loving eyes of the Creator. The human journey is often walked on paths we do not fully understand. We long for security in a world that shifts like sand beneath our feet. We build fortresses of perfectly laid plans, only to watch the winds of sudden change sweep through them. In these moments of profound vulnerability, fear attempts to become our master. It tells us that we are forsaken, that the storm will consume us, and that peace is completely out of reach. Yet, across the vast expanse of time, breaking through the noise of our worry, there is an eternal voice that speaks a different truth. It is a voice that does not shout over our panic, but waits patiently in the stillness, offering a gentle invitation. It is the steady, unchanging promise of the Almighty, whispering repeatedly throughout the sacred pages of Scripture, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you." Breathe deeply into that promise today. Let the tense muscles in your shoulders relax and allow the grip you have on your circumstances to loosen just a little. When fear tells you to imagine the worst possible outcome, gently redirect your gaze toward the loving nature of God. He is intimately acquainted with all your ways. He knows the fragility of your frame, and He approaches your anxiety not with judgment, but with an endless reserve of tender mercy. Consider the times in your life when the waves seemed too high, when the night felt entirely too long. Looking back, you can trace the invisible hand of grace that held you together when you thought you would fall apart. The very same God who sustained you then is standing faithfully beside you now. You do not need to possess the strength to fight every single battle today. You only need the mustard seed of faith to rest in the arms of the one who fights for you. We often demand immediate answers to our fears. We cry out for the seas to be calmed instantly, for the path to be brightly lit all at once. But true spiritual peace is not always the absence of the storm. Profound, unshakable peace is found in the deeply rooted knowledge that you are altogether safe beside the master of the wind and waves. Even in the very boat that is being tossed by the waters of life, you can learn to sleep, knowing who travels with you. As we pause in this sacred space of reflection, I lovingly invite you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, joining a community of gentle souls seeking light in a weary world. If there is a burden you are carrying today, please share your prayer request or reflection in the comments below, so that we may lift you up in collective grace and supportive prayer. There is a profound ache in wanting to protect those we love, in yearning to secure our futures, and in the painful realization of our own limitations. We are finite creatures wrapped in an infinite universe, and when we are faced with illness, loss, or daunting transitions, our natural instinct is to cling tightly to whatever fragments of control we can find. We grip the steering wheel of our lives until our knuckles turn white, exhausted by the sheer effort of trying to dictate the outcome. Surrender, in the spiritual sense, is the gentle unclenching of our hands. It is the brave and quiet resolution to place our fragile lives back into the strong, capable hands of the potter. The scriptures remind us constantly that God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in times of trouble. Being a refuge means that He is the shelter we run into when the rain begins to fall. He does not always promise skies without clouds, but He absolutely promises a fortress that the waters cannot breach.
In the quietness of your own heart right now, practice the sacred art of release. Whenever an anxious thought arises, visualize yourself placing it upon a calm, slow-moving river, watching it drift unconditionally into the merciful care of the divine. You do not have to untangle the complexities of your tomorrow. God is already waiting for you in the very future you are dreading, actively preparing provisions, grace, and miracles that you cannot yet see. Sometimes, the fear that grips us is the fear of not being enough. It is the silent, pervasive dread that we will fail, that we will disappoint others, or that our mistakes have disqualified us from divine goodness. We carry the shame of our missteps like heavy stones in our pockets, walking through life weighed down by the false belief that we must perfectly earn the light of the sun. But the love of the Creator is not a transactional wage to be earned. It is a free, boundless river in which we are gracefully invited to swim. Perfect love casts out fear. When you begin to comprehend the magnitude of God's unconditional affection for you, the fears born of insecurity begin to wither like dry leaves in autumn. You are fiercely loved, completely forgiven, and gently led. Your worth is eternally secured in His sight, utterly independent of your performance or perfection. Begin to speak words of life over your own soul. When the enemy of your peace whispers words of profound doubt, answer back with the enduring promises of grace. Remind your trembling heart that the Lord is your shepherd, therefore you have everything you actually need. He leads you beside still waters to restore your soul, not because you have been flawlessly virtuous, but because He is endlessly, inherently good. Trusting God often requires walking through the seemingly endless corridor of patience, a waiting room that can feel incredibly lonely. The space between the sincere prayer and the visible answer is exactly where fear does its most diligent work, trying to safely convince us that silence equals abandonment. The ticking clock of our worldly expectations frequently clashes violently with the timeline of the divine calendar. Yet, time itself intrinsically belongs to Him. A delay in your life is never a denial from His loving hand. God's timing is an intricate tapestry of wisdom that we can only view from the back, seeing only tangled threads and confusing knots. But on the other side, He is weaving a breathtaking masterpiece of redemption and purpose. He is purposefully making all things beautiful in His time. The quiet courage to wait without anxiety is one of the highest and most profound forms of worship we can offer to our Creator. Bring your focus gently back to the present moment, for this is the only true place where life actually unfolds and where God's presence is actively met. The abundant grace provided for today is entirely sufficient for the unique challenges of today. Do not borrow the inevitable troubles of a tomorrow you have not yet reached, for they will only dilute the divine strength you have been so freely granted right now. Step peacefully and deliberately into today, fully knowing you are beautifully guided by an invisible pillar of cloud by day and a protective pillar of fire by night. May the deep and abiding peace of God, which forever transcends all human understanding, Slowly envelop your mind and steadfastly guard your heart against the looming shadows of anxiety. May you intimately feel the warmth of His enduring love wrapped completely around your shoulders like a comforting celestial embrace. As you calmly walk forward, may your steps be unshakably steady, your spirit beautifully lightened, and your soul deeply anchored in the eternal certainty that you are securely held, you are undeniably safe, and you are never, ever alone. Go forward in quiet peace, resting gently in His infinite grace, today and forevermore.